Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 10th of May 2022. So News at Den put out this little piece this morning and I thought we'd run through it. It's State of Play, analysing Millwall squad and what's needed in the next transfer window. Millwall are set for a big summer in the transfer market as they try to bridge the gap to the top 6. There are players out of contract, loanees have returned to their parent clubs, now questions over the future of several others in the squad. Here we take a look at the current squad of players who have played a senior game and what is needed in the next transfer window. Goalkeepers Bart Biakowski and George Long. This is potentially the one area of the pitch the Mill don't need to look at over the summer. Bartosz Biakowski turns 35 in July. But has just had one of his best seasons. The issue could be if George Long decides to move on to try and get regular football. The Lions would need to recruit an experienced number 2 or perhaps bring in a young goalkeeper on loan from the Premier League to put serious pressure on Bart. So yeah, I mean Bart is getting on a bit. We know from the past that it's round about this age that it starts to fade away. We've seen that with David Ford, Tony Warner, other goalkeepers in the past that once you get to 34, 35, it starts to go away. And sometimes it can go really slowly, sometimes it goes really quickly. Defenders: Danny McMurray, Marlon Mario, Aidan Muller, Alex Mitchell, Shawn Hudson, Jake Cooper, Murray Wallace, and Scott Malone. They've got leaving Alex Pearce and end of loan Daniel Ballard. And they say Millwall are pretty well stocked in defence. Gary Rowett could look at replacements for Alex Pearce and Daniel Ballard. It's not possible to bring the latter back on loan from Arsenal. Alex Mitchell and Hayden Muller will feel they should be making a first team breakthrough this season, though both are only 20, so there's plenty of time for them, and the Lions could decide on loans for the pair. Yeah, either they come into the squad, or maybe not both of them, maybe one of them, or again, we loan them out, and then we get another loan in to cover the centre back role. Marlon Romeo will probably depart. Romeo hinted as early as last September he had played his last game for the club. The Lions perhaps need competition for Danny McMurray, who was brought back from his loan at St Johnstone in January 2021 as competition from Romeo before taking his place in the side. Yeah, we probably do need competition for Danny McMurray or a understudy. Now we've been using Ryan Leonard there, but that's not ideal. I don't know if they could probably try and convert someone from the under 23s to kind of play back up there. I don't know. Hayden Muller, he's more of like a kind of right back, so I don't know if he's got the going forward thing. Maybe then you try and turn to someone like Nana Boateng. Maybe get him there. I don't know. So yeah. Not only that, but if you have like we see against Bournemouth the limitations of Danny McMurray going forward. He's still working on that. He did well against Barnsley. He scored 2 goals, got the assist. But against Bournemouth, team at the top of the league, he did kind of struggle getting it any kind of final ball or some end product out there. Now it probably depends who he's playing with in front of him. Now if he's playing with Jed Wallace in front of him, he'd probably do better, but so maybe that might be you want him to team up with someone a bit better like Jed Wallace, but always leaving someone in front of him who can they can act as a duo. Someone on that front right hand side, outside right, I don't know. Yeah, or just get someone. You use Danny for defensive games, and you get someone else who's more attacking to play there in when you want someone to go forward on that right wing back role. Midfielders: Billy Mitchell, George Saville, Ryan Leonard, George Evans, and Mikael Keftenbeld. End of loan Luke Freeman. And they say in the current 5-2-3, 5-2-1-2 system, Mill have 4 contracted players for 2 positions. It remains to be seen if Mikael Keftenbeld will be the 5th. The issue last season was goals from this area. There were just 3 in the league, 2 from George Saville and 1 from George Evans. When Rowett and his staff were looking at a reason why they fell short of the playoffs, that will be 1. And then there is the question of how to address it. Saville has more goals in him. He scored 10 from midfield in 2017-18. But going on their careers to date, the others probably don't. One alternative would be to change to a default 4-3-3 system next season, adding an attack-minded midfielder to the team instead of a defender. Probably not going to happen if Gary Rowett's still the manager. Millwall have been linked with a move for 19-year-old Newcastle midfielder Elliot Anderson, who was on loan at Bristol Rovers, where he operated a lot on the left in the second half of the season and scored the 7th and decisive goal in their incredible 7-0 win at home to Scunthorpe to clinch automatic promotion from League 2 on goal difference. That was his 8th goal in 21 league games. In that system, Mitchell would be the holding midfield and Saville and one other going forward to join the attacks. There are 2 defensive midfielders and an attacking midfielder in front of them. It's certainly an area that the recruitment department will have high up on their agenda this summer. Forwards: Tom Bradshaw, Mason Bennett, Tyler Burry, Jed Wallace, Nana Boateng, Zach Lovelace, Isaac Loffey. And leaving Conor Mahoney, end of loan Benik Afobe, Oliver Berg, Shea Ojo. There were what appeared to be 2 long goodbyes to and from Jed Wallace in the last week of the season. After the 3-0 win over Peterborough United, Den Wallace posed for a photo with the Mills media team, spoke to fans during the squad's lap of honour. And after the last game of the season against AFC Bournemouth, Wallace was the Lions player, applauding the away supporters who chanted, "We want you to stay." It has arguably been the biggest question over the season after Rackburn last summer that the club had offered their best player a contract that remains unsigned. Wallace turned 28 in March and wants to play at top level. His numbers for goals and assists over the past 3 seasons suggest he deserves a shot, and there should be some Premier League sides interested in him. One of those would surely be Nottingham Forest if they got through the playoffs. Forest bid for Wallace in January, or maybe if Luton secure a remarkable promotion, they could see Wallace as an obvious target. Where Wallace goes if he leaves won't be Millwall's concern. Replacing him will be, and it will be the most challenging task the next transfer window. If Rowett does play 4-3-3, then he will need a striker who can do most things very well: hold up the ball, win balls in the air, link the play running behind, and score at least 15 league goals. You might think the obvious question is, great, where do we have 10 million to spare? It doesn't have to cost a fortune. To pick one example from the Championship this season, Victor Gyökeres, who Coventry City signed for around 1 million from Brighton, who scored 17 league goals in 21-22. There are bargains out there, even if they also often qualify as punts. The Lions have finished 8th, 11th and 9th under Rowett, though that position is a little deceiving in view of progress made given the side posted their highest points total of those 3 campaigns. You can always say the next season has the feel of being a big one, but that's certainly the case in 22-23. Mill have edged closer to the top 6. They were a game away this season, albeit needing other results to go their way. They should have a good core next season. How they add to it will determine if they can take the next step. Or it could all fall apart. There's talk that Rowett might be leaving. If he leaves, it might be like the Kenny Jackett era. When Kenny Jackett left and then it all kind of fell apart. We could be seeing a repeat of that. This might be the zenith. This might be the peak. And then we're slowly going to fall away now. We might be involved in a relegation battle next season. You never know. And talking about signing a player for a striker for £1 million. That hasn't really worked out for us, has it? It doesn't really work out when we spend that kind of money. So this story was put up by News at Den today, so that kind of spurred me on to do a kind of video that was meaning to do at the end of the season anyway. And that's Jed waving to the crowd there. That is not a bad no German wave. This is whoscored.com. It's the Millwall page, and we're going to look at season stats, end of season stats, seeing what players did, who's doing well, where we could improve, and that kind of stuff. So here we go with the ratings, and we have 3 players 7 and above: Shawn Hudson, Jake Cooper, and Murray Wallace. And then the next players, Danny Ballard. So the top 4 players are all centre backs. Then we got Jed Wallace 6.88, George Saville 6.87, Scott Malone 6.80, and then 2 strikers, Benik Afobe and Tom Bradshaw, and then Danny McMara. And all the way in 11th is Matt Smith, who left in January. So he still did enough to rank midway in the squad. Yes, indeed. So what are we looking at here? So we're going to look at minutes, but because he played every minute of every game, league game. This is just league games here, and was the only one to do so. Goals: Benik Afobe tops it out 12, then Bradshaw 9, Jed Wallace 6, Jay Cooper 4, Murray Wallace 4, and then we go down, and there you go. Assists, top of the table, top of the tree, Jed Wallace with 12, then a big drop to Scott Malone with 5, Benik Afobe 3, and Ryan Leonard 3. Danny McMara 2, George Saville 2. Shots per game. So there you have that. So we've only really got 4 goal threats, or 3.5 basically. Afobe, Jed Wallace, Bradshaw, and Scott Malone. 1.8 shots per game. Aerials 1. Matt Smith still tops it out 6.2. And then you got Jay Cooper, Hudson, Ballard, Murray Wallace, and then Afobe. But it's the 4 centre backs, because obviously they're winning aerials in defence and then winning aerials going forward as well. Man and matches. Who got the most man and matches? Always tied between Jay Cooper and Murray Wallace, then Afobe, then Jed Wallace and Shawn Hudson. Okay. So we've seen that really. Let's go through the whole squad actually, rather than just looking at who's who. So Alex Pearce there, 280 minutes on the pitch, 3 starts, 3 substitute appearances, 6.31. So can we get a player who can do more than 6.31 out of 3 starts and 3 sub appearances? Well, hopefully Alex Mitchell could be the one to do that. Maybe Hayden Muller. Don't know, but we will see. Conor Mahoney, not really done much, as you can see. The ones at the bottom who are leaving. Tyler Burry has got a low score, but he scored 2 goals. So apart from attacking stuff, does he do anything other than that? That's gonna mess with his score and means he doesn't do very well on this. But yeah, Ryan Leonard, pretty decent score there from Ryan Leonard, 6.62. Like I said, he's playing the right wing back role, the right centre back role. Could that be the way forward for him? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So there we have, yeah. So there's the squad. Here's simple top fives. Goals, cards, appearances, aerials, 1, assists, and ratings. So we now gonna move on to. So we've seen the top rated players for Millwall: Punch, Cooper, Murray, Wallace. Where do they sit in the league table now? So you got this here. This is also from whosquad.com. I've set it to all players, and what that will tell us is, if you look down at the bottom, it's showing 1 to 10 of 746. So there has been 746 players taken the pitch in the championship, at least a minute. When we switch it to minimum appearances, if we scroll down and it says only players with total appearances greater than the average number of appearances in the championship are displayed. And that cuts it right down, almost in half, to 373. So only half of the players in the league. Well, yeah, because it's average, so that would be around the halfway mark. And that leaves you 373. And when we do that, you notice something. In number 10, the 10th best player in the league rated is Shawn Hudson, 31 years old. Really gonna need to look at maybe replacing him soon. I don't know. 7.11. And then if we move it along, where will we see the next Millwall player? Jay Cooper, 13th in the league. 13th, 7.09. Next up, be Murray Wallace in 22nd place, 7.05. And then we're expecting to see Danny Ballard. Was it Danny Ballard? Not there yet. There he is, 52nd, Danny Ballard, 6.94. So all the way down in 52nd, so just missing out on the top 50 players in the league. Then we go into Jed Wallace, who is 79. 79th, he's there. 6.88, 79th in the league. And I think that's it for the top 100. Oh no, there's George Saville, 84. 84 for George Saville. And that is it for the top 100. And that's it for the top 120. And then the next one down is 129, Scott Malone. Okay, so in terms of minutes on the pitch, Bart Biakowski was one of 6 players to play every minute of every game. In terms of goals, obviously we're struggling with the goals. So our top scorer is Benekofobi. So where is he in the league? He is on the second page, it looks like. Yeah, soccer second page, 14th. Tied for 14th with all these other players. So not in the top goal scorers, but just in the band below. Now remember, he did miss quite a bit of game time. If he had been fit all season, could he have been in that top 10? Very much probably. Very much probably. Assists. So where is Mr. Jed Wallace? 4th in the league with 12 assists. That is quite impressive, isn't it? Then what are we looking for? 4. Anything else? Ariel's 1. Matt Smith's still on the list. He's 3rd in the list. Jay Cooper 6. Defensively, tackles per game. Any Millwall in the top? Let's look for the top 20. No Millwall there in the top 20. Interceptions per game. Shawn Hudson, number 1, numero uno in the entire league, averaging 2.7 interceptions per game. Super Shawn Hudson. And is there another Millwall in the top 20? No. Fouls per game, so giving away fouls. Jay Cooper, 14th. What else are we looking at? Clearances per game. This Miko Helek's pretty good, isn't he? Barnsley. They got relegated. I wonder if he's going to be moving on. Yeah, have we got a Millwall player in the top 20 of clearances? No. And what are we looking at? Blocks per game. Blocks per game. Jake Cooper 1. Sweet. Dribbled past per game. That's what DRB means. Means an opposition player has dribbled past him. So this is kind of an anti-stat. It's a bad stat. You don't want this one. So we would want. Yeah, well, it's kind of skewed it. So we wouldn't want to see a Millwall play here, but there isn't. George Saville in the 20th position there. Okay, offense. Let's have a look what we got. If it'll load. We've done goals, we've done assists, shots per game. I don't think we're gonna have someone this high up. Millwall player? Nah, not in the top 30. Not in the top 40. Oh no, 34. Then Favy, 34th in the league. Joint 33rd. All these players on 1.8. So that's shots per game. Dribbles per game. We don't really be doing that dribbling stuff, do we? We're more hit and rush, pass and rush. Not really pass and move. Fouled per game. Who's been getting fouled the most in the league? Interesting stuff. Okay. Any Millwall players? I doubt if there was one on there. Who gets fouled the most for Millwall? I would imagine it's Danny McNamara. Because of his size, he's able to draw fouls a lot. Yeah, 48th. Danny McNamara 1.3 per game, just ahead of the same as Fred Onyedinma. Interesting. Passing, do we want to look at that? I don't really care. What I wanted to move on to though and show you was we've seen the player stats. I show you them every week in the post-match stats videos. I wanted to show you this one, which was Championship team stats. So what you have here is a list of player ratings averages over the season just gone, and if you will see, Millwall 5th in the league for player ratings. So we're getting performances out of players. Just so it seems, even when we lose, we get players getting high scores. We don't really get absolutely mullered and disgraced. We're in 5th. This is quite a shock to me to see this. Finishing 5th with 6.73. But you look, there's not much in it, to be honest with you. But the point, literally 0.1 does make a hell of a difference whether you're in the bottom third or the top third. So if we change it to goals, 53. Although that hasn't, for some reason that didn't, why is this not, okay, for some reason it's not ranking it, it's not changing it. It was doing it earlier, don't know what the fuck's going on, it's gone crazy. It was sorting it now, no it's not doing it. Yeah, this is, wow, this is great. This is great, isn't it? We're doing it live and it's not really working. Okay. This is goal types. So how have teams scored? It's sorted by open play. We are way at the bottom. This is not good. 26 goals from open play. 3 goals from counter attacks. 19 goals from set pieces, the most in the league. Most in the league, even though watching our set pieces, we kind of get frustrated because, well, it's not the most in the league because Huddersfield, I've just seen that. We kind of get frustrated that we don't score more from set pieces, but we're second in the league with 19 goals from our set pieces, which suggests, but here's the thing, who takes the set pieces? Jed Wallace. So Jed Wallace is leaving. So who's going to take the set pieces now? And are they going to be as good or not? Now George Saville's taking the corners when Jed Wallace was out recently. He done okay. But that could be drastically affected, and if there's no Jed Wallace to take free kicks and corners, where do these set piece goals come from? They're going to dry up. If they do dry up, where are the fucking goals coming from? Because we can't score from open play. This is kind of worrying. We're right at the bottom in terms of the league for open play goals, 26. That's really not very good. So we got 3 penalties. We scored 3 goals from penalties, and we got 2 own goals given to us by other teams. Now, if we switch it to against, how do we concede goals? Well, we only concede 27 from open play, which is the best in the league. You look at so this is our defence. This is a defence that's keeping us afloat, keeping us in games. You look at the teams here at the bottom here. This is good. This is conceding. So Nottingham Forest only conceded 23 goals from open play. Bournemouth, Middlesbrough, Fulham, and then Millwall. These are all fucking very good teams. Very good defences, which you saw in the game the other day against Bournemouth. They had a pretty good defence as well. Counter attacking, we conceded 1 goal on counter attacking. Set piece, we conceded 10 set piece goals against us, which isn't that bad compared to the rest of the league. We conceded 2 penalties and we've gave away 5 own goals, which is nearly the highest in the league, except for Middlesbrough on 6. So interesting stuff. I don't know about you, but that was kind of interesting to me. So pass types. Where do we do the passing? Mostly down the right flank, 40%, 23 down the middle, 36 down the left. Shot directions, will that come up? No, it's not coming up either. Okay. Going back to this, see if this will fix now. No. So let's just go for it anyway. It's not ranking it, so we're not 5th. It's 11.5, which puts us about bang in the middle. 11.5 shots per game we have. We got, yeah, it's not 83 yellow cards and 0 red cards. Possession, we don't have a lot of possession, 46.1, which is nearly the worst in the league, except for there is another. There are the team that ranked bottom in the league of possession is 43.8, and who's that? Well, that's Luton Town. So here's the thing: if Luton Town can get in the playoffs playing like that, then so can we. We can do it as well. And here's the thing: like in terms of who's going to get promoted, if Luton Town get promoted, that should give us hope. That's proof of concept. That's, if they can do it, we can do it. Why not? Pass in accuracy still not changing. 69.7, which is low. Saying we're not really a passing team. We're kind of a hit and run, kind of hit and get on the end of it. Aerials 1, way up there, probably due to Matt Smith. Plus, we've got the 3 defenders who win aerials at the back and going forward from the set pieces, provided by Jed Wallace. Again, who's going to be doing that next season? Is there anyone who is a contender? Is there someone who's could probably do it but hasn't been pushed forward? McNamara, can he do it? Can he play a sweet ball in? I don't know. You're looking for the team, like who could do it. It's not really Billy Mitchell. Don't know. You've got the defenders, you don't want them taking it. You don't really want them taking it, you want them on the end of it. And it doesn't leave you many other options, does it? So we're going to need someone who can take the free kicks and corners and stuff. Defensively, shots per game, still not working. Well, this is really getting on my fucking tits. The shots conceded per game, 12.6. So we let the opposition have 12.6 shots against us per game. But tackles per game, we 15.7. Interceptions per game, 10.9, which is high for the league. Fouls per game, that's fouls conceded per game, 10.8. And offsides per game, that's offsides that the opposition have, 1.9. We don't really play offsides, do we? We really don't do that. We kind of sit back and play quite deep. Offensively, what we do going forward, shots per game 11.5. So the shots we concede 12.6, the shots we have 11.5. So we're definitely a defense first team. Not much going forward. Shots on target per game. So this is the average shots per game, 11.5. Shots on target per game, 4. So you're looking at a quarter there, which is not very good, to be honest with you, but it could be worse. There are some teams worse than us. Dribbles per game, 6, which is low for the league. So there you have it. We are, yeah, that was it. So yeah, what does that mean? What do we need? I think, well, you think the defense is sorted, don't you? You think that's sorted. There might be some changes, but not this season. Like Shawn Hudson's 31 years old, Scott Malone's 31, they're probably going to be 32 this year. Bart Biakowski 34, coming up to 35. Again, changes needed. Ryan Leonard. You feel it could be a big year for him, doing stuff, but we've got a lot of these players leaving and going away. So who have we got leaving? We've got Danny Ballard leaving. We've got Jed Wallace leaving. We've got Benny Kofobi leaving. Matt Smith's already gone. Oliver Burke's leaving. Mikel Keftenbeld not given a contract yet. Could he be leaving? Can he? What can he do? Can he just play that DMC role? Can he be the one playing with the sweet free kicks? Can he? He can pick out a pass pretty well. Can he pick out a dead ball pass pretty well? I don't know. Maybe that's the way forward for him. If he can do it, that might be a thing. But then you probably want someone who's going to be first name on the team sheet to be the one taking the free kicks. Tyler Burry, can he do it? You feel if there's the position is open of set piece taker, these players practice over the summer. They could come back pre-season training and just romp home with it. And then if they've got the wicked set piece, it pushes them to be starting in the team, doesn't it? Shea Yojo's leaving, Alex Pearce leaving, Marlon Romeo probably leaving. Certainly not going to be playing again, probably leaving permanently on loan. Ben Thompson's already gone and already been released by Gillingham after they got relegated. Conor Mahoney leaving, Luke Freeman leaving. Zach Lovelace, has he signed his new contract yet? Is he still on scholarship forms? And I think he's waiting to finish his GCSEs, but and then he's going to decide. But still hasn't signed the contract that was offered to him, I believe. So, not that I'm going to expect anything from him this season. I mean, you'd think Isaac Lovey. We got Isaac Lovey coming back. Dan Moss is available. Dan Moss. Could he be the understudy for Danny McNamara? Or are they going to let him go? I don't know. But maybe you bring him in, try and get someone to replace him. If you can, then you loan Dan Moss out, or you let him go on a free in January. I don't know, but there's a lot to do in the summer in terms of rebuilding. Player that's not on this list is George Long because he didn't play any minutes. Let's click the League Cup, see who comes up. Was there players that played in the League Cup? They didn't play any league games. Just George Long, wasn't it? Scott Malone clearly loves the League Cup 8.41. In the three League Cup games we had. Alex Mitchell played. As a substitute in one of the League Cup games. George Long played, but he only got 6.28. I think he got a really poor rating against Leicester. Obviously John Daddy Bodvarsson's left, but he didn't do anything in the Cambridge game when he came on. So yeah, Alex Mitchell. We need him to be kind of understudy, but he needs to be able to play though. Alex Pearce really didn't play. What does he play? He started 3 games and come on as a sub 3 times. But you would think that kind of role where you're just sitting there ready waiting is more better for an elderly player, not someone who's coming up and coming, because they've still got to prove themselves. They've got to still play and get better. So do we want Alex Mitchell on the bench doing that? Probably not. And you would think if anything was wrong if Hudson was injured or someone else, Ryan Leonard would go in there and you wouldn't automatically turn to Alex Mitchell. So maybe it's another loan for him to a League One club. I don't know. Yeah, it's quite a big undertaking in the summer, isn't it? I don't know. It really does feel like we're on the edge of a precipice, and the ground beneath us is about to fall, and we desperately need someone to throw down a rope so we can climb up it. Who knows? Who knows? So we had a strange season this season. We had 2 teams with points deductions. 2 other teams really quite poor, Barnsley and Peterborough. So you don't know what's going to happen next season. The craziness that goes on in this league, the budgets that happen, budget cuts, financial fair play, all kinds of crazy shit. We will see. We will see. We've been linked with a lot of players, so hopefully moves are being made. But will Rowett be the manager next season, making the moves? We don't know. So yeah, in obviously in the coming weeks, not a lot going on. So we will be talking about targets and signing and who we're going to sign. So, but for this video, in terms of analysing the squad as it is now and what just happened last season, that is it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.